The views expressed by our guests in the following video are solely the opinions of our guests and do not necessarily reflect the views and or opinions of the Ollah 7 podcast show. Viewer discretion is advised.
My name is DJ Ollah 7 and welcome to the Chief Air Marshal on your number one podcast in the land, the Ollah 7 podcast, and it is trending stories like, as usual, every Wednesday, talking about trendy and juicy stuff, juicy stories. It's a brand new week, but you know what, guys? Is it still brand new? I don't think so, because it's now Wednesday, midweek, but it's okay. Last week I was not here. It was Alan and Good Vibes giving you the trending stories. And I think Alan don't rabasa and Alan and becoming a threat, you know what I mean? And this week I'm back with a new, with a guest co-host, and trust me, it's gonna be late. Trust me. Please tell your girlfriend to come and watch. Tell your boyfriend, tell your mujolo to say, come and watch the show now, because the butter is about to fly on the podcast. What do you call it? Butterfly! Well, go on, Butterfly.
How you doing?
Talk to me, darling.
Intro yako. I also need to do my intro,
Please, take it away.
But respectfully.
Yeah,
respectfully.
It's okay.
My name is Butterfly, the one who brings it like it's never been wrong.
Oh, yeah. Like the way...
It's never been brang.
It's okay.
Sometimes you get to a point where you own English so much.
Exactly.
You break
it. You start afresh, right?
You know what I mean?
Oh, I see. So, how have you been?
No, I'm great. I'm really great.
Mm-hmm.
Fresh off Mother's Day.
Yeah?
Yes.
I see.
Mm-hmm.
I know you're a mother.
Mm-hmm.
How does it feel to be a mother?
Okay, so I think it's up at 9 p.m. and I still hadn't gotten a message.
Yeah.
So I don't want to be that mom who's like, yo, like, guys. So I then got a text from my son, and he's like, happy Mother's Day, mom.
Wow.
I was like, oh.
He's sweet.
And then, because I wasn't there, when I got home the next day, I saw like this letter from my daughter. It was so beautiful. She's like, you're the best, hey, Chichi. I'm like, yes.
No, but I can food it.
No,
wow. But if he's I think he's sweet, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
Sweet, yeah.
I know you're the radio queen. How's radio life?
Radio is amazing as always. It's different from TV because you don't got about radio. But here you have to look. Yes.
Yeah. But you know what? I listen to your shows. Mm-hmm. I love the energy. I love the vibe. Since your days at Power FM, it's been like Butterfly. Then you went quiet for some time. Then that voice, we missed that voice. Then all of a sudden, boom, it's back.
She's back, baby.
back. So how's Capitalk 100.4?
Oh, Capitalk is the one.
Chiriko, heartbeat. So you are the guys, and they're doing very well. Thank you so much for coming, Butterfly. And today you are my co-host, and I know you do the magic here. Mm-hmm. You do the magic. But to start off the show, I know, like you said, Mother's Day, what. Mm-hmm. Mother's Day. Ndakaona wachiti anza mnaku posta ma pictures ana mama pa Mother's Day. Because the aesthetic, right? Like
Shiriko.
So did you expect? Because you're not going to bling, but the mama was not bling. Yeah. So I'm going to post taker. But it
reminds me of consultation day, Kuch Quarter, right?
Yeah.
You would always have those kids who are like,
hey.
They'll be like so ashamed of their moms.
Moms are
But you know what? In the end, I think love surpasses everything.
Yeah.
So even moms are gonna shake a chat. It's Mother's Day. It does not matter.
Yeah, because I think but English moms.
Yes.
Plus, I think they should be just appreciated the way they are.
Yeah.
And Aisha, I was about to say Aisha, good vibes.
Good vibes.
I don't know. And Aisha and us today, she's the one behind the scenes, just giving us to my sidekicks there. Aisha, Wagwan, what did you do for Mother's Day? I know you're not yet a mother. Yeah.
Okay, so mama ndakangoti happy Mother's Day. Vakuzvinzwisisa kuti wamwedzi akasheka.
But is it about giving her something?
I don't know. I feel like idzo pressure dzekuti kune vamwe vakatoendeserwa mukomana webhosvo then moms wako anenge achionawo pasocial media vakangokutarisawo kuti
Yes.
I'm waiting and then nothing happens, but vakunzwisisa economy.
But Kundara, okay, I want to understand. Mother's Day has been there, I mean, for I don't know.
No, it has.
Right?
It has.
But I don't know. Kundara, why it was chicha iti? Kundara, why po chana mama? Was it about gifts? Was it about just appreciation? What was it about?
I think it was more about appreciation. Okay, can we talk about how much it is?
Yeah.
Like those dinners.
Yes.
Guys, who's got $100? You're like $100. You take a cheap $100. My $60, my $80.
Yes.
But you know what? I feel like Mother's Day should just be a day where you appreciate your mom.
Yeah.
And girl, if you don't have money, do some chores for your mama. You know what I mean? That load that you know she does. And just do it for her. Just show good. You know what? I appreciate it.
It's like something. Nema shampoo. My rich aunties, but they don't get my moms, right? So definitely they will want their Hennessy, their Amarula and whatnot. But Shaddai had this to say on Mother's Day, and I quote, "Young man, it's Mother's Day today. Are you as eager about it as you were about Valentine's Day? See how most of you are foolish. You prioritize the breast that gives you pleasure over the breast that gave you life. No woman can ever love you like your mother. Your mother loved you from the day you were in her womb, and she'll always love you. And yet, the best you can do for her on one particular day is simply post a picture with a caption, Happy Mother's Day." Did you do the same on Valentine's Day for that girlfriend or wife of yours? Why are you willing to break the bank for a girlfriend or wife, but do the bare minimum for your mother? Always remember the money and things you do for that girlfriend or wife of yours may open her legs for you. But what you do for your mom, or I mean for your parents, will open doors for you. Learn or perish. Close quote. So there's the difference between opening legs and opening doors. So choose wisely, right? Learn or perish.
Yeah.
Learn or perish. Either leg or the door.
Yeah.
Which one is more important?
Yeah, because the thing about Shaddai is he's extreme. Either he's extremely right or he's extremely wrong.
But it's just extreme.
But here, you know what?
Yeah.
I actually agree with some points that he made. Kuti, like, you know, some people, they spend so much money on their girlfriends for Valentine's and all of that. Like, use that same energy for your mom. You know, I agree with him there. As for the open legs or open doors, I don't think it should be a competition. I think there are two things that can exist the same. You can still love your wife and you can still love your mom separately. Not even the same, because you can't compare bananas and oranges. Like it's different. And those two things can exist at the same time.
Yeah, I understand. I agree with what you're saying, but at the same time, I think the issue about girlfriend, if you're my girlfriend, then say, okay, happy maybe Valentine's Day or whatever. I know if I don't do something for you on the day, I risk being damned. Being damned. But you see, my mom, if I don't give the mom a Mother's Day present, she'll still love me. The same. So,
but let me tell you something though. You know, there's this pressure that we never really talk about. You know, Guma Church, you know, like on a Sunday, all these mothers, they're wearing clothes that their sons have bought them. Like, all the mothers are being celebrated. Yours and yours alone, just there in the corner, looking sad and miserable. Kuti, yes, she might forgive you, but it also does cause a pain. You understand? And then even though they anything, she's like,
Exactly. No, I understand. but you know what? In as much as we talk about Mother's Day, I know it's a very important day, very special day, but there are some, children who are not close to their parents. Those ones, tinevana yotoka damp kana vabereki. They don't even know their mother. So when you say Happy Mother's Day, what does that mean to them?
No, but motherhood is not only about a person who gave birth to you. It's also about that person who took care of a child that they did not give birth to.
Okay.
It's also about a sister who's taking care of the younger sister.
Yeah.
Because mama warikwenda kubasa, so now they also have to take the duty of a mother.
So when it's Mother's Day, should they then say Happy Mother's Day to the sister? Is that what they're saying?
Yes, if she played a motherly role, then yes, you should appreciate her.
Right.
And also, kanapana mai vakaku damper, but you don't have that bond with your mother.
Yeah.
She's still your mother biologically. You still just say it. Apana chaunombova.
Right. Kuna mwasikatovazia totally. Kuna mwasikatovazia momzi yangu inini yakata sei antoiziya kuti iri kupi. If you go to children's home, you find children mwakanonga kuma toilets. Mwakanonga kuma streets. Mwakangoti kuzvara vanhu vatosiya ipapo vatongorwa pasi zvekuti akatonzera kuna mama anenge atori nebitterness yekuti ndiri ndakanongwa mustreet. So if someone had the guts to dump me, mustreet, should I call that person a mother? You know what I mean? So in as much as we appreciate our mothers, there are some evil mothers out there.
Pamsoroe.
Okay.
Can we please use the same energy that we use when it comes to lobola? And that deadbeat father is there and accepting the lobola. Can we please use that same energy? Even if your mother is a deadbeat, just wish a happy Mother's Day and move on.
I don't know, man.
You should still get the lobola.
No, but this is now to do with the culture. For lobola,
Mother's Day is different.
It's different because for lobola to be accepted, right? The
father
must be there, or the father side, not really the father, but the father side. Culture. But this one, it's a bit different. But I know, you are not feel that way, especially you girls, because you know what I mean? Yeah, I understand. But who is more important, the mother and or the wife?
You know what? On Mother's Day, we actually did like a video. I mean, it was a skit, but people then started mentioning a lot of stuff in the comments. Kuti, but genuinely, who should be given more on Mother's Day? The wife or the mother? Because the wife bore you children, so she is technically a mother. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was really difficult. But in conclusion, vanhu vakazongoti hanzi munhu ngapi wene mwana wake zvino inini mwana wangu angavideo ane 1 year 8 months.
Imagine,
I'm supposed to wait.
Saka urongomirira panenge akushanda, then after 20 kwake, then you get stuff.
So that was the conclusion. I still feel though, if you're a husband, honor your wife. Because she is a mother, make her feel special.
But look, Butterfly. You have Valentine's Day. You have Women's Day. You have got birthday as well. You want to kwana pa Mother's Day as well. Come on, guys. Look.
I bore you 5 children.
Yes.
Do you know pregnancy? I did all of that for you.
Yes.
And then on Mother's Day, as the mother of your children, you decide not to honor me.
But all right, but in favor because if you look at it, varume tingore Father's Day. Day to honor us. Birthday and Father's Day. What else? Christmas. No, but Christmas Day.
Independence. Apana muna nomboti ndiendese ku independence defense forces.
No gifts, no what. Guys. But remember, we had the DNA chivu, but the couple of chivugo, a couple yakauya pa Butterfly, and mfesa kama DNA. Akamanikidzwa. My parents say no, sha, you should go for DNA because. The son here, we suspected him then wakaenda kuma DNA tinashemkabe yakaenda ndobva my results 99.9%. Okay, 0.
Not yours.
Not yours. Then okay, apa mwana akatobvisirwa nato chichipopo apa uya tori junior pastor you know so then my parents akati anditi takambokudza so what's next endesa mwana kumba kwavo yeah right ngaendi uya akati no endoda mukadzi wangu zvese nemwana wacho asiri wangu iye.
Oh my gosh, that is so sweet. Serious?
No, but I was composing.
No, wait, you mentioned he's a junior pastor.
Yeah.
He is leading by example.
Amana guys. All right, chichona maji. Then by way mwana it's not like a vago. Variko bebirutos yati ndiningi right.
Okay.
But akazomubvunza ko but I think because ndakamboti uye kwarare mandamboti sangane nababa wemwana jajaye. Mandadzokera kana sangana naye uyu. Saka obviously mwana ndi uku but
How old is this couple?
No, he's young couple. 23.
Do you know what I've realized? What I've learned from the DNA show.
Yeah.
Like like our belief in love is totally different. I'm a 2K. Zero pressure. Like zero pressure. They're like, whoa, you cheated on me. But do you love me? Yes, I love you.
Yeah.
It's okay. Let's move
Simple.
on. Like what one mathematics it's totally different from how we calculate.
But it's not that easy to accept.
No,
because now this guy chose the wife over the parents. Those are chaotic.
Okay, okay.
They're close to your mic. I think your mic is not. Yeah, he's not picking.
Okay, so he was actually saying, "Guti, and nyaso tawule na maivangu, and he never apana kufandidzana pakati pake nemhuri yake because of that issue. Guti ende samukadzi wake. And then Ollah asked him, "Guti, why are you choosing your wife over your mother?" He said, "I cannot marry my mother."
Yeah, that is his response.
That is true.
How would you forgive this? And he's like,
yeah.
You know, I love this guy. Like, he is the example. I'm not saying that we should excuse cheating. If there's one thing that I cannot stand, it's someone who cheats on you. Because I feel like it's a decision on to it. It's you understand?
Yeah, exactly.
But for him to say that, for him to say, Guti, I don't categorize sin. I don't categorize my wrongs. To say, Guti, this is forgivable, this is unforgivable. I commend him for that. As for him and his parents, I hope one day, you know, they because
vachawirirane life yako nemukadzi wako ikoko because iworora kwadyiswa you know the belief yekuti kudyiswa because if murume akangoda kuti kumune zvido zvemukadzi.
Alright, do you believe in destiny?
Yeah.
What if she's his destiny?
It's tricky, but
do you know, as we are breathing right now, there's a woman who just forgave her husband for cheating for the third time. And right now, we're going to peace and love. You understand?
It's easy for a woman to forgive the husband, but it's not easy for the husband to forgive the wife. You know what I mean?
Forgiveness is forgiveness.
No, but it's in the Bible that mukadzi harambirwe chimwe chinhu kunze kwechipfambi hakunambodzi murume. Why?
Zvakanzi marriage. Alright. I'm trying to pick a name because
Butterphly. Don't cook me here.
But even my understanding was marriage, the only way that you can get a divorce, of which divorce is two-way, right? Is if somebody is unfaithful, right? In which case it means either party can be unfaithful, then you guys can get divorced. That's how I understood it. But let me tell you, heartbreak, I know gender, guys. Heartbreak, I know
but though you're saying that, but I think there's a difference.
Please, have you ever been heartbroken?
Yes, I have.
Please, can you
how many times?
To him?
I actually ended up in the hospital.
Like,
she's lying
now. They don't understand.
I'm telling you the truth, Mkoma Ollah.
Never heartbreak. What happened?
It's way more complicated than I'm explaining.
No, I think I can hardly hear. You were saying? Yeah.
It's way more complicated than I'm saying, but I figured out I was the other woman. Yeah, he's still not married. That also ended in tears, but
but you now that person is no longer there, he's no longer in the picture. Are you also pani pressure to okay?
No, not at all.
He broke
Paper two.
Do you know what my situations are daroga? Inengeri anenga kupota one. The next time didn't talk to you.
Matodya cabbage.
I wish you knew, like, heartbreak has no gender. The minute men start understanding that, they will not hurt women. Because then we are married. You cheat on me and you're like, no pressure. No pressure!
But always very but our roommate ne kakurwadza kari different. Ukanoti va roommate kanyatsochitwa zvakanyanya nemadzimai. It will end in tears. Kutoti murume anogona commit suicide. Most of the suicidal cases that we hear or we talk about here, they're mainly caused nemadzimai. Because you guys munoti rwadza because ndinchinyatsoda ndoda munhu wangu of one rwadza, but imimi makati simbei because one was Ola girlfriend ningite kama bala.
Do you know what made us strong? It's society. Like, society dictated Guti, you have to be strong. But it doesn't mean that we are strong. We're still weak. We still hurt. We still also get to the verge of, okay, maybe I just want to end this. You understand?
Yeah.
But I don't want to say this like in a bad way.
Yeah.
But Monica was sweet. It's like I'm not sweet. Hey, you are looking gorgeous today. My fluids are actually nothing. And just like, what you crying?
Because don't imagine. This is we think too much. To be very honest, we think too much. I've also discovered that one vechurume atidi. In fact, pandino rima ndiri pari mwene mwemon. Like, let me put it that way.
Azimi murugurima munda masband madube mamoyo murugurima imo.
Oh yeah.
Iduba no feel like say. I just thought murugurima munda ma.
No, but sometimes campaign can carry. But I'm like, I know I'm not disputing, but ndringoti nini varume. Do you know Butterfly? Kungo imagine uchibviswa mbatya neumwe murume the way I do. Aukoyanika the way I do. That's heartbreaking. Do
you know kuti kuwana lipstick chaiyo mumota ye murume wako like, you know, especially if it's some cheap thing, you know, can go no. Can't have 50 cents. If it's not 50 cents, guy, I don't know what you take out 30, 40, 50, baba. What other guy? You just say, well, if it's not 50 cents.
Oh, yeah. Aisha.
So, another big thing with men when they're cheated on is the embarrassment, the shame, the humiliation. Because apana murume anoda kunzi atadza
kufulfill what he's supposed to do.
Oh, yeah.
So that embarrassment, and they'll never speak out. When a man is cheated on,
yeah, true.
So that also gets to them.
Chipailas. Ati bege murume ndiye kufa naye anenge achikuti akafunga kuti ndakambonzwa ina Butterfly amaiwe ndotaka kuti panyo vanhu kachitubukire pachuya so hasha dzichiwedzera so. But speaking of motherhood, Amara Brown has joyfully announced that she's expecting a baby girl. She shared the news on Mother's Day through a heartfelt social media post expressing her gratitude for her growing family. And in the announcement, she appeared with the son and partner, Daniel Sulen. I hope I said it correct. The Norwegian national, highlighting their blended family's happiness. This marks a new chapter for Amara, who has been raising her 13-year-old son, Camille, as a single mother. One day, on my way from Joburg, I was on the same flight with Ammara Brown. So we were sitting next to each other and we were just having this discussion. Amara, trust me, she's a strong woman. Besides being a celebrity, besides being a mother, what you guys as Madzimai go through, sometimes we take it for granted. But Amara, she's one of a strong woman.
No, she is. She's
After
very, very
that
strong.
conversation that I had with her, I respect Amara.
Yeah.
Trust me.
What quantifies a strong woman?
I think the battles you fought before, or you are fighting, and how you are handling those. Sometimes you become mothers even way before what to give a birth. In some cases, and could not define how to be a strong woman.
Yeah. I think also what defines your strength as a woman is you don't become what you go through. Because I promise you, there was a year. I will not talk about it because it's not necessary.
Yeah.
But there was a year 2023, 2024.
Yes.
Ooh, I'm even tearing up.
Oh.
Do you know, like, I became so bitter.
Yeah.
You know that bitterness?
Yes. Yeah, it is
and
too
I
much.
had to pray every day with God, I am not becoming this person. I'm
Yes.
not becoming this
Yes.
person. So I think that's the strength of a woman. Like you go through stuff, but you don't get changed by that situation. You still rise up and say, you know what? I'm strong.
Yeah.
I can smile. I can raise my kids. I can succeed in my career. I can do all of that stuff.
Yeah.
So
But did you heal? Did you heal?
Yes, look at that time.
The healing process, I know that's all what matters, right? But the healing process is something. Uri in same situation. Healer. So sometimes but hey, and sometimes the thing chakakukanganisa butterfly when unongwane my insecurities are serious. Pakatakuya something like that along the lines will be like. Last time food and that hurts the most.
You are in my situation.
Exactly. About squid. But anyways, congratulations to Amara Brown.
Oh, man.
And people were happy that she's with a white man. You know, what's the take on white man?
Love has no race. But I am especially happy because, you know, I've heard, okay, that white men, they give that good loving. Why don't I sit and take it? Like, all right, with black men, it's like, I think Trevor is in the room. Trevor.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So they don't let go.
Oh, yeah.
You understand? They love you with restrictions because they're like, those are talking like a perera.
Exactly.
Those are talking that deep. But with white men, they just
give their all.
They just unleash everything.
Yeah,
and that's beautiful.
But I've heard a lot of black girls complaining about white girls. I mean, white boys.
I've never heard
white men.
Complain now, TJ.
You wanna know?
Yes.
You really wanna know?
Anzichi.
Black men with this masculinity, you know, and also the power, the energy, longevity when it comes to the I'm talking about that one, you know what I mean? Longevity. You know, the strokes are just like you know, rough. Hey. But the white ones are like
it's
come on.
gentle.
I think they're just good at foreplay.
No, but let me
Foreplay.
tell you. Okay, I don't know how old you are because I don't want to put you in a situation. But let me tell you, with women, foreplay is like, that's 80%.
Right.
Like, it is so important. And no, it takes care of things.
Yes.
But foreplay.
Yeah, it's everything. But yeah, I think they're going to strength here, boys. Rema vet. Rema vet. Ikoko. Doko timoroera bati. Apa kurima muda. Apa dachitema. Chirobata. Chobata. No. This is not just no. I mean, it's not just an assumption. Remember, even the white ladies, white chicks, they even confess, guys, to say, wow, black men, they are real men.
You know what? She just said something incredible and she just summed it up.
Yeah.
Kanochiri Manti, you have to make sure the ground is soft, like everything is whatever. With our African men, kuti tombo prepare ground. Aiwa, ground prepare.
But we do. But we do try.
There's no preparation for the land. There's no, all right, the soil needs to be moist.
But I think it's also influenced in the post about social media as women, as your preferences. Sometimes I don't remember when. I saw a post on Yinzi, was kind of another sex, I say, Shanzi, rough sex. So rough sex, when it comes to rough sex, in being, you know, romantic, it's opposite. You see? So romance you know, so pinda minema equals rough sex ka. Inika rough kabu tsukinywa uchi rumwa, you know, love bite. It's not that really a gentle love bite. It's
but that's what it is. To be shallow.
Yeah.
Because this one on tipis. To be shallow, right? It's the same thing as sadza, ne whatever is accompanying. Sometimes unongo do sadza ne ma veg.
Yeah.
You know, maybe tsunga chayo ne ka bitterness kai. Sometimes ruda ne dowi. Sometimes ruda, you know, ne ka kanozi kai kanyama kaka gochwa. Sometimes ruda ma bonzo anaso bikwa 8 hours baba. You get what I mean? So I think that's what intimacy is about. Kuti, you can't want it one way.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a woman out there who's like, I just want it rough.
Yeah.
I think you just want, you know, like variations of, you know.
Yeah. Okay. Now it's okay. Then she imagine as you be. And then as she is expressing herself, I'm just imagining stuff. I'm busy imagining imagination. But yeah, I know, but you know that's who we are as men. As men, we just imagine stuff.
Is it true, Kuti? You guys, muno ichikazi.
Yeah.
You start imagining things.
And be good, not just imagining. And be good and complete things.
Okay.
We can.
That is weird.
You think so?
I can never.
You know masturbation. It's a very controversial topic. I don't like masturbating.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's a good thing either.
Yeah, it's addictive, and sometimes you won't feel the.
Even spiritually, I don't think it's okay.
But masturbation, and those who masturbate, most of them, 90%, they just imagine stuff. I got to go on Aisha. Then the moment I go bathroom, and I go to Aisha mumaziso make and imagining Aisha being the person, you know, and he's busy holding the stuff and. Yeah, within no time is done. No, imagination. Not only masturbating, okay? If I want to go deeper, varume vekuti vane vakadzi vavasingadi. Let me put it that way.
That is horrible.
Yeah. So when it comes to intimacy and whatnot, then they start imagining having sex with Butterfly.
That is horrible.
So they just close their eyes and continue doing the thing, but closing their eyes, then assuming the person
that
here is Butterfly. Simple. And
that is,
just
you know, that is actually cheating. That is not right.
But it's happening. It's happening. Right. And not only my couples, even boyfriend and girlfriend. Do you know, guys? You know what? It's something that I know it's not an easy thing. Anyway, maybe because when it comes to sex, during that time, all right, right?
You just have to.
Try. It's not coming. Then it's going to Instagram.
But when you're having an interview and then you're talking on subjects that you don't know, you invite like a specialist. Doctor Baba, murutaura specialist.
No, come on. Guys, no. I just did my research. You know what? In Iniga, Saga, it proves good. Ndakaita research yangu ikapenga. Takatacha butter boy. Nakacha master. No, but I'm yet to try.
For this. Huh? We need a very different podcast for this. A whole episode.
Right? Different. Okay, it's okay. When you're ready, I'm ready. I would go and do my research, further research. But anyways, I saw over the weekend. Can somebody please check on Oriyano? I don't know if it's okay. People have been trolling Oriyano of late on social media. There are some clips circulating on social media. Performance Kaso Tanga, the Gweru performance. Some people were saying engineers sabotaged Oriyano during his performance Kaso Tanga. Wamwajizo ndusa kangwere kizo shout dama engineer uta haimiga
Mzedo ngemurugu
what is that sound?
Asi murugu water volume.
Asi murugu
water volume. Engineer.
Alikakapata mic alikapa.
Ende haimbe kushika engineer wakati.
Yes.
And it was about United. But personally, I think Oriyano is doing very well. So some people were saying his performance at the Nama was the best compared to what he did at the Castle Tangad, which I think it's true. Based on Shangazi Chitiga. And this thing has to rehearsal. I saw Plot Marco posted something. He said, I think Maria's house, and also he felt like Oriyano also is becoming a bit big-headed by not giving time to, or by ignoring the media. He said he doesn't want to talk to the media. I don't know why. I don't know how far true it is, but that's what Plot said. But back to this issue of performance. You know, I remember kumanama kwa Maria's house. Time so that performance was class, and now I don't know and I think also it's a lesson Oriyano yekuti remember a performance ya akapa ku nama very setting the benchmark.
Yeah,
now people
true.
are comparing using that but so up not down. So maybe that's why people are comparing, because we told our haters they're just comparing because they are complaining because they want to compare Nigeria praise.
That's true.
Yeah, but I think it's good.
Do you know with concerts, right? It's always really complicated because it's a whole host of issues. I've been to a concert where I'm arguing with the sound guys because I get vocal strain.
Yeah.
So in any it means I'm now shouting because naturally I project a lot.
Yeah.
So it means that I'm not going to finish the concert because voice you understand?
Yeah.
So sometimes, like, genuinely there can be an issue with the sound engineers.
Yeah.
Then number 2, you can come in time for your sound check and then maybe show you don't know what you end up not doing sound check. So everything that you're doing on stage, you're like literally doing sound check as you're going.
Yeah.
So there could be a number of factors. But I think the most important is the one that you just raised.
Yeah.
Rehearsal. Muno agaresa anonega. It's the same thing with radio. A lot of people, if you look at all the DJs on Opisa, it's DJs that do a production sheet.
True.
It's DJs that do a playlist. Because entertaining people is not a fluke.
Yeah.
There has to be some form of organization, even if it's 70%.
True.
And the minute you just go and wing it, it doesn't work.
It doesn't.
For Stella's birthday, you can wing it.
Yeah.
It's okay because people love you or whatever. But for such big platforms as the Castle Talk, I'm not saying that he didn't rehearse.
Yeah.
But it's something that you have to, like what Ja does.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Jakutongen compare, but I'm not.
Yeah.
But Ja Praiser is that kind of person who would rehearse months in advance.
Yeah.
Winky D, rehearse months in advance.
Yeah.
And if you look at all these artists, I was having a conversation with Tammy Moyo. She had taken a break and she was saying, "Guti, I've been rehearsing." Then I'm like, rehearsing for what?
Yeah.
Then she's like, no, rehearsing in general.
Yeah.
Because I have to keep, I have to keep my stamina up. I have to keep dancing. I have to keep whatever. So that's what you need to do. Because the addition in my vibes.
In English, they always say practice makes perfect.
Exactly.
So without practice, I think you are bound to fail.
No, but he's doing really well. He's doing really well.
Musically, no, we don't complain.
He's doing
No complain. I think even music, you are good disha.
Yeah.
My baby, I'm going to go for music again. My baby.
What English?
Zampele. No, he's doing very well. I think it's his season.
Yeah.
I think you go far.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Also, putting a culture maybe a habit. I don't know why people do that.
I think generally when people are drunk, they just my intrusive thoughts. My intrusive thoughts. I know to.
Exactly.
So you understand?
But
my intrusive thoughts you understand? But because tine limitations, right?
Yeah.
We always control ourselves. When you drink,
yeah.
You know, control my edges. So that's when you see people vachikana makans, but it's horrible. I remember going to a show once and Ja Praiser something, and then they started throwing stuff.
Yeah.
And Ja Praiser stood there and he looked them in the eye and he's like, Atidaro, you understand?
Yeah.
And then he just kept performing. And you know, and you're like, dude, he's doing well.
Exactly.
You understand what I mean? Like, And
it's bad. I think it's, but then I think it's just happening here in Zimbabwe. Internationally, I understand bonus. But Zimbabwe is really a bit extreme. Why? Because they only try waiting bodo.
That is really nasty.
But I don't know why they do that.
So Kuma concerts internationally and Coachella and all these things. What they actually do is if you buy water, right? You have to open it and over the lid.
Yeah.
So that if you throw this water, by the time you know Zoshika stage, inenge isisina liquid.
Right.
So haizo it harm the person who's performing.
Okay.
Because it's actually an international crisis.
Oh.
But I think here in Zim tinenge turukushinyanya. And it's just unfair. Especially
bodoro. Hero, do you know nanasi ntone ska panapa kumbopangwana?
Matema.
I think you know going to onega man. Up. You see this?
Magai's way.
City Sports Center. When was it? 2017, 2018. City Sports Center Kumangoma. I went there. I was standing backstage, right? I don't know who was performing. And Anna Fanta Niji boys. Ha, pakata makeni baba. Agara makeni. I makeni. That last day good show area. So pakakana bodoro baba vararora pa kona ye stage. Then ma gina ye varapakanyika ma piece we vakati chwa. Kakabora trousers vakanopinda pa skin.
That's horrible.
Since then, and then Mangoma
something else.
That's really scary.
But I power, I got speed.
It's really crazy. Kona Makadzi achitemwa pa stage. And like this was, I mean, she's doing well now, but this was at her peak. You know where she's like Argurira everywhere.
Exactly.
And like it doesn't make sense. Ajina kana logic. Ajina, like why? But so I don't think it even has a bearing on like how the artist is performing. I think it's more on Vanu.
Yeah.
I
think that mentality but you bodoro. Oh, kind of you know, it doesn't make sense. What did you know about Tima recently? Blink 4. It's bad though. Kungo itajenjaja kukanda kutema nezvinu nechi But then moving on to the other, you know, tinenyaza kana zikutrenda guys. Husband to May Jeremaya, producer JMP has issued a statement and it reads, "The past 2 weeks have been very stressful for me, my wife Ashley, and our families. We thank God for giving us the strength to pull through. Indeed, my wife Ashley, my Jeremaya, was sexually violated and the matter is before the courts. I have noted with concern how many people have decided to judge and assassinate Ashley's character based on the skits she makes or other works she has done before. I think it's unfounded, especially considering it's an act specifically intended to entertain people. The person you see as my Jeremaya is a work character. I have known Ashley for 12 good years. Our relationship started as a friendship and we've been married for 8 years now. Ashley is a lovely wife and a mother to our 3 babies. I am also a loved Makoti by my family. I'm sure you can tell by how much they support her events. And even these past 2 weeks, my mom and sisters were always there by her side because they know the real person behind the My Jeremaya mask. Ashley is not the type to be lured by money into prostitution. No, she is the questionable type of woman. To me, she is an open book. When she started getting social media limelight, she received so many proposals from very rich and influential people, but she was never tempted. She ended up assigning me as a manager to silently send a message to those with other intentions besides work. So this is coming from it continues. It says to Ashley, my wife, just know that this fight is not yours alone. You are also standing in for those other women who couldn't report because they were lured into compromising positions or because they were violated by influential people. You could have hidden all this, but you decided to openly talk about it, even though you knew it was going to negatively affect your career and relationships. Whether we win or we lose, just know that your husband and the whole family believe you, and we wish you all the best. Ngoma Republic, my Jeremaya. So that's coming from JMP. You know, when I was reading this statement, kuri varume vashoma vanogona kubuda pachena to support their wife pazvine zvakamira semamirira apa. Look, Butterfly, my Jeremaya, for the past week or two, I think munhu angakatora ndo ndivyo angachitrenda.
Yeah.
And chifunga kuti iwo unongori murume wemunhu ari kutrenda. Maybe for the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
And her being the victim, apa ari kutrenda. Murume sometimes unoona kuwa tempted kuti but look.
Yeah.
Inini nganingosiya marriage. Hauti munhu chichi. Ende pangwacho nongo semunhu wemurume unombofunga kuti but mukadzi wangu nebasa rake pamwe akambotonzi nanhingi akabvuma pamwe anazondiudza but apazodai so unenge zvakana zvaunongochifunga. But for this man to then come out open and support the wife publicly like this, to say isu nemhuri yedu tiri kumira na Ashley, I think it's all you need as a woman when you're going through stuff, whether you are wrong, whether you are right.
That's
I think you all
true.
need, that support. It reminds me of that sayings that atakutwachinzwa statements ekuti mubereki mwana wake kana ari wrong kunzoku anosvika asvikorwa mwana wake kunze sometimes achinzwa kuti hey mwana uchizoti imika sene mwana wangu chero mwana wake ari wrong, then asvika kumbozorwa mwana wake.
Do you know, have you ever trended? I'm sure you have.
Ollah has trended a lot.
My guy, like
For wrong reasons.
people think
Just generally.
people think my lighters.
Yeah.
People think it's nothing.
Yeah.
But have you ever opened your comment section? Like you just post a nice video. Like that is the most
You'd be
painful
like,
thing. But one of the things
I know
that
the
can
feeling.
help you in those situations
Yeah.
is that one person in your life who says Gutisha
Yes.
Do you know it can silence all those 8,000, 10,000 voices that are saying all those negative things? So I commend JMP for doing this. And I've hung out with these guys.
Yeah.
Like these guys, my face, and that's always very important in a
Yeah.
relationship, to
Yeah.
be friends with someone because munonzwirana, you understand?
Exactly, very true.
And they do everything together. They're that couple, you
Yeah.
understand?
Yeah.
And even the way they raise their kids, it's just something that's really, really amazing.
Yes.
So,
And
I'm
I've
really
seen a
happy.
couple of times with those guys, hanging around with those guys. Maybe just share character in my Jeremaya. I'm not gonna say.
Dude, she is the most shy person. Like she is so sweet, and I don't even know how to explain it.
Yes.
And I remember when this whole thing happened, I was like, I'm not going to say anything because I
Yeah.
don't want to say the wrong thing.
Yes. Very true. Yeah,
You understand?
true. Yeah.
So I just told myself, Kuti, I'm not gonna say anything
Yeah.
to whatever, but just generally, she is fun.
Yeah.
Very intelligent, very talented,
Yeah.
and she's full of love.
Yeah.
And I think that's what I can say about her.
Thank you, man. I also love the character, my Jeremaya, the character. Upenyu.
Because there's a pitch.
Yeah. But you guys, that's,
She's always been an actress. She was always doing music. She actually sings.
Yeah.
She's an incredible singer. She's been doing stuff before.
Yeah.
But we had her, the character my Jeremaya, we had her on our radio show with Shigera. And so we would call and then we're like, okay, guys,
Exactly.
this is what we're doing.
Yeah.
Then as the call is going on, she would just surprise you, and we couldn't even finish the conversation because you understand?
Yeah.
So that's just what it is. And sometimes to find people that you have chemistry like that with, it's very rare.
Yeah.
So,
but I think you made the character my Jeremaya more popular through your radio shows, and sometimes I think I ended up seeing you guys doing some skits together.
Yeah, we used to do a lot of stuff together.
And to those who are to catch up in Jeremaya, I think vakakumbirawo space recently. Guys, just give me space. Some comments saying she withdrew the case, and then.
Do you know what's really heartbreaking about the story?
Yeah.
Is my updates, because sometimes people are looking for updates, and then you end up looking them for them in the wrong places, and sometimes you're not on a page, you're not verified, wrong information, and then do you understand what I mean? So it's been really crazy. There's some ugly things that are being said, some accusations, some false, so it's really been a crazy time.
I understand. So my Jeremaya's character has come into question after the resurgence of Platinum Prince's music video that she starred in back in 10 years ago, I think. 10 years ago. However, Platinum Prince has cleared the air and said she was paid to be a video vixen and nothing else. But all of a sudden, Platinum Prince then dropped a small video.
It's not just a small video.
Yeah.
Sorry, Jane, but Platinum Prince Gatsurik. He's using this whole issue to trend. He's trying to, I don't know, I think like Muno Anga Kanganikwa, or he was not making music anymore. Yeah. But all of a sudden, just because of this issue, he's using my Jeremaya's pictures to make videos. He's using things from the past just to come back. Anogona kwisa a poster, it will ask her for bookings. He puts picture of my Jeremaya. For what reason? For what reason?
Trend.
Do you know what the crazy part is? Without getting, because all right. The thing is, he came out. I remember the first time he came out and he's like, you know what? I'm in support because this woman, she's been there. What. All of a sudden, support you get it. And that's why I said in any I think it's just better to keep quiet, especially if you're close to the situation. Because but you're actually doing more harm.
Worsening the situation,
or you're contributing information that people didn't know. Because exactly. But in doing that, you end up saying the wrong thing. So I feel like
there's a statement Anzi wakatanga uchindi badarisa.
He made a whole song.
And people maybe were now thinking, okay, zvakaita video then kwazopuwa mahara, something like that. And now the video, I'm just checking on YouTube right now, it's sitting on 193,000 views from 5,000 views.
Which one? The new one?
The old video.
10 years ago.
Oh, the old video. Okay.
It was on 5,000. Then the other day I saw it on 80,000. And last week, boom. Now today it's on 193,000
it's
views. Imagine. So I think in here Platinum Prince, and also is using this as a way to come back. No, he was a good artist. I mean, he is, but probably banganga suda kurelease kana kuti anga achirelease zvisiri kunzwikwa. I don't really know. I was not following zvizhinji zvanga zvichiitika, but kuti azoisa ka spice like what you're saying, pamwe zvonge zviri zvechokwadi ka zvisiri zvechokwadi ka zvisi zvechokwadi, then he's just making things up and worsening the situation.
No, but even if it were true, we're just saying, kuti, Mkoma Platinum Prince, you're a brother, you're a son, you have women in your life. Be sensitive, please.
Yeah. People have been criticizing JMP, saying, because the video, Jeremaya, Platinum Prince, and then I got accepted. But people always judge. I think it's only in Zim where we don't appreciate art the way it's supposed to, because they got Butterfly or extra video, not a video, music video, but a movie. But uchanguri sort of a prostitute, for so to say. The next thing, because
they won't.
My husband. So we don't appreciate the art.
No.
The way it's supposed to be appreciated.
And people don't even realize, Kuti, sometimes, do you understand?
Yeah.
Kuti, if you are a creative and I'm a creative and we're in a relationship, like it's not even that deep, you understand? But it's now when the third parties get involved. Exactly. You understand? And you're like, no, guys, it's not that deep. You know, we're creatives expressing our creativity. Leave us be.
Yeah, that's very true. And moving on, Apostle Eunor Guti, widow of the late Archbishop Ezekiel Guti and spiritual leader of Zayoja Forward in Faith Ministries International, has reportedly declined a lavish gift from businessman Wikino Chivayo. The gift included a brand new 2025 Toyota Land Cruiser 300 Series VXR and $250,000 cash.
I think say $250,000 because $250,000.
I think $250,000. Yeah, $250,000. You know, Archbishop Guti's centennial legacy and his loyalty to the government over the years. However, sources within Zayoja confirmed that Guti respectfully turned down the gift, citing the church's strict adherence to Russia's and biblical teachings over material wealth. A senior church official stated, and I quote, "We are an indigenous church founded on the principle of righteousness. Our father, Professor Guti, left us with the kingdom of God, which is sufficient for us. The word of God has all the treasures we need." Close quote. Would you decline a $250,000 offer? Butterfly.
Let me tell you something. Here is the thing. Well, if you are giving me, I'm an ordinary citizen.
Yeah,
I will say yes.
Okay.
But you know, religion, it's really complicated.
Exactly.
No, don't.
Do you know
what I mean? God does not want me to hang out with this person or does not want me to date this person or whatever. So even kanavaka udzwa in their spirit, kuti, like, we shouldn't accept this gift because even when they were doing, because this was in recognition of all the work that they did, right?
Yes.
You know, there's that philosophy in when your left hand gives, your right hand shouldn't know about it.
Yeah.
So even maybe they felt like, listen, when we did what we did it and we're grateful.
Yeah,
you understand?
true. Yeah.
There's no need to reward us because you understand?
But here's a question. As a pastor, do you accept tithe?
Yes, you do. Yes, I would.
What is a tithe?
It's a 10% of your earnings that you give to God as thanksgiving or as a sacrifice or as a.
What if $250,000, $250,000 is 10% of what we know?
So maybe it wasn't phrased like that.
No, but he's, you know, I know what tithe, but I guess that in recognition which is why we pay a tithe. Right? So what if it was tithe?
Baba, pakangoma.
What was it because of 20 public what? Noise. You know, then you'll be labeled.
No, I think a gift is a gift. I don't think it matters, especially because it's not like unungoka apply akuti. You understand? It's a gift. It's something that I don't even think the people that get gifts, I don't even think they know in advance.
Yeah.
Kuti, you know, I'm getting a gift or whatever. Yeah. It's something that is just there. But at the same time, I also understand where they're coming from.
Yeah.
Kuti isusu kingdom of God yatinayo ndo mariches edu atikasirwa na baba wedu. Do you understand? Kuti matters of religion are complicated.
But I think rangu inini kuti zviri zvemari kuzayajana kunenge iriko.
Aiwa iriko.
Inoona kutenga mota pamwe ndo saka vari vakazonzi moms imi muzata I think pachavo vega wangomuka ita handisi kuda ka panonge pakata problem. But vakanzi moms ka imi muzatore sin tokutengerai. And we guarantee to see was married zirimo mabank. But say we can wakanga extend or you know ruoko rwavo.
No, I actually get where it was coming from.
But I don't know kuti kana mota yanga yakatotengwa in the 250,000 itoripo kudhara. Zvichadzokera here kufaramatsi kana kuti mota ichada kuti ipiwe someone. Anonzi aiwa takureplace kuti mota ifana kupa my Guti since vata vasikula kuitora takuipa Aisha. ne250,000 yacho because say avanzotora zvinhu vanongombopa zvazve vanongoti can we campaign for Butterfly maybe to say Butterfly please say ingo nice Butterfly since uri behind the scenes havasi kukuona plus ari behind the scenes havasi kumuona so Butterfly ari kumuona maybe say makango extend zvenyu kuna Butterfly mungomunisa zvenyu Land Cruiser plus
do you know what it is
250.
I think this is the equivalent of you bought your girlfriend a gift, right?
Yeah.
And then she broke up with you.
Yeah.
Okay, no, it's not the equivalent. Please, I'm just
then
giving an example.
She declined.
Then she declined that. What's wrong with
that?
I was moody.
No, I don't fake, guys. No, but I don't know what it means to say weak no. I don't know how he's going to take this one. Probably he's disappointed. But normally say week no hawanzoti kanzodeva ngoti ndakutora bag. Remember Dr. Mapfumo he said andisi kuda imba yenyu nemota yenyu. He's the second person my Guti. The first one was to decline was Thomas Mapfumo. But say he said no Mapfumo, I will give you time, think about it when you are ready. Whenever you are ready,
the offer still stands.
Exactly. So don't want to do mota hii my Guti maybe mama mungu mune shoko kana kuti we haven't heard from say weekend yet, but no, don't worry, it will be there.
Just keep it.
Whenever you're ready, we'll give you a gift. Okay. Then some will then make this political. Some will say, no, my Guti vuma because I was hoping the corruption. Some, people are saying a lot of stuff, but gift, I know label in fact, corruption or what, like. Don't have comments akawanda pa social media but chinoitika chandakangodiscover chimwe chekuti you know what inini ndikaziva kuti gift ikai haifaika ndenjenjera ka ndona kublast zvinoitira easy boys kuti haisi kutombova haisi kuva yakauya.
Have you ever noticed kuti vanhu vanonyanya kukutuka mu comment section anenge akatonzi top fan?
Exactly, top fan.
And you're like how
monitoring spirits
I go out right because I'm saying in life
because I can't get it.
You know what, I've never heard one artist since Barca my artist I've never heard one artist or any celebrity or any pastor or anyone ari influential ari anozikanwa right achicriticize motkari. Why? Because there's a possibility that they might get one.
So they want to keep the window open.
If you publicly attack or criticize, then you know the door is closed for you. So I've never heard, but I know just the general populace. No one knows but you look, but they know my chances are very slim. Right?
I want to ask you a question.
Yeah.
If you've wanted something so bad in your life and you felt it very strongly in your heart that God was saying, no, not right now, or don't whatever, don't accept this.
Yeah.
What would you do? Okay, what's that one thing that you want right now? Maybe let's not talk personally.
All right.
But let's talk for the Ollah 7 podcast show. Like, what's that one thing that if you were to get it, you'd be like, pinda.
Exactly. Probably bigger studios like Tyler Perry, right? Studios like something like that.
So someone offers you Mount Hampton, space
say,
you know what? We're giving you my acres. You're gonna build your studio like Universal Studio.
Exactly.
You can do movies. You can do all of that. You can do all of that.
Yeah.
Then God, thank you. The time is not yet now. I don't want you to accept this.
Mwari mungangondipo here date and time. that of course I won't say this, but it's not going to
it's really hard
kudecline chinhu chatouya uchimirira chausatowaona zvinongonetsa though aringari mwari ari kutaura, but it's very very difficult, guys. Honestly speaking,
it's really difficult, and it's not an offense to the person who offered you the gift or the person who wanted to give you, because maybe munanga tori genuine. Butterfly we've been working together or but mwarongo to know
mbomira
not kuti ndoroya, not kuti
chimbomira but apa koma ndopanoda kuedzwa munhu simba ramwari ipo panoda kuedzwa kuti unonyatsonama kusvika papi level rekutenda kunonzi kutenda but I think malevels anenge achiita se achingosiyana but some many people are commending say for what he's doing. He's been giving people vehicles. Then there's that pastor from Blawayo, the prophet I forgot his name. Do you remember the name Aisha?
No, which one?
No, this pastor from hey man, prophet Blawayo man.
Utaonaje?
No,
I'm just saying random names.
No, the one he got after Land Cruiser recently. I think some weeks that
I'm not sure.
No man. Come on.
Let me just check the internet.
No. How am I forgetting this? It's close. Starajo. Pastor, prophet. Guys. No, please check quickly. That prophet, he used to criticize the government. Mm-hmm. So, it's a good dialogue. All his prophecies sometimes would maybe attack the president. Prophecies I get about. Right?
His name is Ian Glofu.
Yes, that one. Correct. So, what then Eunor did, he then bought a car, a Land Cruiser. And how much cash? I don't know.
150,000.
Cash.
Yes. Why are you Nigeria cash? Why isn't that bank?
No. It's I don't know. It's cash. It's okay. You get the point. This Land Cruiser in 150,000 cash. And my job was 200 plus 100. Here comes 150,000 cash. Of G, Land Cruiser. But this is a guy who criticized the government. This is the guy who criticized even the president. This is the guy who criticized. I mean, my prophecies are mostly unfamiliar line error. Then don't so I think maybe we say once we try deliberately I had to appreciate I don't know but then pakata weeks isati yatorwa ende kuti Twitter was like takuona manje kuti vachatoitora here munhu waMwari because munhu waMwari ava vanonzwa Twitter these days in politics too much people like no we want to see I think I don't know how many weeks ndakazorara padeni madam yakarara pachest yebva kuti dedi chechi mona haina kutombopera kuvakwa izvi imba yedu yekumorning side mona izedombo uri kwakuoneswa namadam it won't harm let's just kuhandisa kuti piweri hapana kudzora madays takazona aboom.
Accept. Do you know I was having a conversation with my mom about that. Not specifically about the story.
Yeah.
Guti, what would happen if you are praying for something like every single day? Like I'm talking 15 years. Maybe you're praying for a child, auntie, or you're praying for whatever it is that you're praying for.
Yes.
Then you get the answer. But it's not what you were expecting, or it's not in the outfit that you thought it was going to come in. You understand? Guti, maybe these guys genuinely they've been like, you get it? So now they're confused because it's not in the.
So mama
do you understand? But jauya. So it can work like that. Oh,
you always like mariti komborere. But uda blessing echi ye mari name zimba then of patumwa ne mari yacho. Motor plus din over what
okay, I do that. So I have a specific, like I like tall, dark, handsome guys, right?
Yeah.
So sometimes like and then you get a guy who does not fit that guy.
Yeah.
I rebuke. Like I don't have 2 minute WhatsApp so I rebuke. But like you don't know, maybe
he's the guy. Yeah, but I think it's a point. This one. Exactly. But this guy
do you know I don't know if it was a prophet like akanditi hanzi uchasangana nemwe murume ndiye wako chaiye but he's going to be short right and achakuapproacha uri pakati.
What did you do, Butterfly?
Ndakangoti Mwari kana zviri zvazvo ini tongo accept Then when I went to that particular place, I saw this guy who approached me, but approach I should under we fired out.
But I'm not consider.
Menos I'm going to actually find it.
Managa. Oh, well, but I can put on video with guys. That's how you miss a blessing, guys.
You know, so you shouldn't take prophecies from just anyone. I know you know my heart. Exactly. You know my whatever. Canary is sure. I want God's okay. But if I'm saying I number 2. I don't know. It was just a minute.
Don't catch your kite. But that guy is really nice. It was going to be too obvious. So someone actually confused. But my eye was a ball marked out.
People don't change.
People they do change.
But baby,
serious.
Forever is a long time.
But I observe that, guys. Can a man on good day? It die problem today. Well, no good day. More than good day. Oh, it die no good day. Yes. Don't you want?
Yeah, good morning, babe.
Yeah.
Also, Pinduram say Tuesday.
So don't go cheat day, but I'm not good in when they want to. We are talk about. That's what guys, I don't know. But anyways, moving on. A recent incident involving an alleged daughter of a Nigerian pastor has garnered significant attention on social media platforms. A leaked sex tape purportedly featured the young woman has gone viral, sparking widespread discussions and debates online. While we can't play the video, the actual video, actually, here's a video of her preaching. So let's watch this video.
Moi corriger mon moi remet, moi chasser mon moi remet. Ça veut dire là, si ouais bon Dieu corriger moi c'est parce que le remet. Et Clasico et oulié, très classique. Mais non. Et moi demande bon Dieu d'accord correction. M'pas demander bon Dieu la mort. Jean bon Dieu te dit la vie la mort là moi me choisi la vie. C'est vivre pour vivre parce que bon Dieu pas de bénéfice dans la mort. C'est si bon je crème pour m'adorer, faut m'adorer. Me dit tout ma vivre c'est pour m'adorer. Me dit c'est pour me danser pour, c'est pour me chanter pour, c'est pour tout côté me passer, me dit c'est pour témoignage m'arriver là.
Oh yeah. So I think we can all agree that she's passionate on the mic as she is in in the other game. I saw the way she was holding the mic. Yeah. That's the same way she was holding the other mic. No, that's it, guys. Because we couldn't play the video.
I feel like parents in general.
Yeah.
Like vano shuru now. I think like vana no vrawombe. I feel like that's a standard, you know?
Yeah.
But I feel like people in the church,
yeah,
they have a special hell that they go through with their kids. Somewhere, somehow, there's something that is.
Why is that so?
I don't know what it is. I don't know.
So are we saying these Fundisi guys never these guys are not leading by example? They are not teaching. They're not living what they preach.
I feel like I think it's the devil working, because you know, like let's say you have your ministry, right, and you're really doing well, everything is doing well, like whatever.
Yeah.
They look for ways to attack you. So sometimes they'll come to your wife. They'll go to the husband.
Exactly.
So if they can't get, they go through the kids. Because those guys are the most misbehaved individuals, my guy.
I agree totally. Like this video, the way she was doing it.
Sorry, Mati Magaona video.
Yeah, video. I mean, then the actual one when she was doing the thing.
For like research purposes, that's why you watched that.
Yes. Actually, the producer gave me. I didn't. But Aisha, I gotta say it. No. Because I was the guy.
Watches this show.
Mama, when you because but the way she was holding the microphone.
I get you.
She was holding it like professionally. She's a pro. She's a pro max.
I then thought, because I love to give people the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
So it means that I always like to believe the best in people. So I even asked you when we spoke about it earlier, Guti, maybe it was a husband and maybe they were just filming whatever. Then you said no.
Exactly.
He's not even a church member.
He's not even a church member.
Yeah, I see. But should we judge individuals based on their parents' religious status, or?
I think to go back to my favorite young man, our young man from Chifu.
Yeah.
Extend grace, forgive, it's all right. No shake faith, Joshua. Like, especially if I think it goes back to, do you know, Guti Mazwano, people believe in the prophet and the apostle more than they believe in God. Like, they don't have a personal relationship with God. So when your apostle lets you down, church because you feel like your whole world has crumbled. You understand?
Yeah, true.
But if you have a relationship with God, every day. If this apostle lets you down, he's a man, it's okay. And then you move on. So I feel like if we decentralize the kukoshes my church leaders, but as long as papa
don't look up to God. But do churches show the same grace they preach
don't.
when one of their own
No, they don't. I come from a very traditional church. I'm Methodist, so not like when something like this happens, I think or something.
Yes.
Yeah. But even then, you can just talk sting like
you be lembo, nobody lembo, a stick on you. A stick on yeah.
Bata, you said you're from the Methodist. So I saw this video on TikTok where this girl was saying, Kuti, there's some certain thing that Chamnetam church menu, Tivaskano bata my candles, and then Ikadzima, everyone will know Kuti Jagaendwa. Is that true?
I is United Methodist. Mine is just Methodist.
It's just Methodist. Okay.
I knew and this wow.
Vese vanofana kunge vari mhandara vanonomira pamberi pechechi munhu wese aripo, and she was actually saying kuti unofana kupfeka uniform afterwards yako ikasadzima then unobvumidzwa kupfeka uniform. So she's saying her experiences ari pamberi pechechi, she's feeling proud ndakunopfeka bhacha namai vari kuona chechi yese iripo achingodai kendri yakangodzima
akafema zvisirizvo
apa iye ari revigin yacho.
Apparently she is, because it was actually emotional. Right?
No, that's sad. That's really sad.
I got my one.
No, that's sad.
But in entertainment news, actress Halle Berry has sparked buzz online after posting a cheeky video with her partner musician Van Hunt from their bed in Cannes, France. The playful clip, shared on Mother's Day, promotes Berry's wellness brand and a new intimacy gel. In the video, the couple jokes about giving it a spin, right? In quotes, with Berry teasing that she's about to be caught, pounded into the mattress. Okay, the video quickly went viral, racking up to over 27 million views and mixed reactions. 27 million views is not a joke. While some fans found it fun and empowering, others felt it was a bit too much, especially on Mother's Day. So I don't know, is it healthy for couples to share intimate moments publicly, Butterfly?
Okay, I feel couples shouldn't. I know, Guti, like it's a big thing right now. It's actually a genre in social media where you have couples content.
Yeah.
Where you actually follow. I have my favorite couples that I follow. Guti, Ningi. I don't want to mention names because it's whatever.
Exactly.
Do you understand? Like it's very, very entertaining. Yes. But at the same time, you know my risks. You understand?
Yeah.
There are people that I think, Kuti, if I had just gone public with the things that they did to me, and then tozoregerana because you know anoregerana.
True.
Like, would I have been able to forgive that person? Would I have been able to go back?
Yeah.
So I feel like, you know, people shouldn't share. I think whether it's your ups, your downs, don't share.
Keep it yourself.
Where's my intimate moments? Do not, under no circumstances, share your intimate moments. Because you know what happens with these things? Someone told me, Hansi, you know, my baby, you need to tell oh my gosh, and he's so good at this, and he's so good at this. Yeah. She's like, okay. So now she has FOMO. So now she also wants to experience what you understand what I mean? So I just feel like, no, let's not do it.
Yeah.
And I feel like a relationship should be sacred. Like,
yeah, that's very true.
Intimacy, don't film, don't watch, just enjoy yourselves.
So those evidence
right now, I don't know if you're on TikTok.
Yeah.
There's this craze of get ready with me as I go to church. I don't know if I got bra, ni underwear.
Oh.
And you're like,
okay,
like it's just, for me it's so bizarre. And then also go my smart ake decent, but what le brand and panty, you understand?
Yeah.
There's some intimate things that we're now getting too comfortable sharing on social media that we shouldn't.
Yeah, but that's very true. And also my other question is that are older women unfairly judged, you know, for being sexually or for being sexual in public? Why are elderly women, Aisha and Butterfly, regarded as asexual? Why?
Should I go first? You
know what I mean? Yesterday, a few days ago, we had a conversation on radio about this man who left his, he wanted to get a barriga situation, right?
Yeah.
So he got this 29-year-old, this guy is 89, and his wife is 60.
Yeah.
So the callers were now saying, it's because she's no longer performing in the, and I'm like, how do you even know that? Why are you assuming?
Exactly.
89, what makes you think that his wife is also not?
Yeah.
So there's just this stereotype, when a woman reaches a certain age, she just cuts off.
But you know, menopause, don't take menopause for granted, guys. Yeah, I think you take it lightly, right? Menopause. Because doesn't it also affect your feelings? Menopause?
It does because there's hormonal changes there. But now there's now what they call hormonal therapy, where they replace my hormones ana progesterone na estrogen vanenge vachitsikira. They now replace them. That means ukazvikurumidzira ukanoona ana chiremba vechikadzi ma gynecologists, they can help you through menopause and you don't necessarily have to lose your sexuality.
Okay.
Or even my hot flashes, they can deal with that. Pain in the bones, they can deal with it. Vakadzi vanosha have to opeka na vaku menopause.
Okay.
Gynecologists can help with that. It's just the whole biological system. It's by the onset of puberty. There's a lot going on, a lot of changes.
Yeah.
Moods and you're like, what's going on with this child?
Yeah.
It's the same for menopause because there's a lot of hormonal fluctuations going on, especially by the time you're perimenopause. That's the first stage. It's you go after 6 months, after 3 months, the hormones are not yet stable.
Yeah.
So that's what.
Oh, that should be a sign, Guti. Let me get my things stabilized.
So once that starts, and unaona chiremba wechikadzi, they'll help you and you'll be good.
Kuneva sina kuenda unaona chiremba anagogo wedu but not unaona chiremba. When they come across these TikTok videos and these leaked sex tape, do they feel something? Do they feel anything? Because as men, as young people, like, you know, once I see this, I want to also do the same.
Okay, so for men and women, it's different. The way we conceptualize sex and the is different. So if you do feel something, there is just a little issue. Now you cannot get aroused to natural. So that's why even Halle Berry is promoting this gel. It's a lubricant.
Yeah. So
you now need lubricant if you want to continue with your sex life. Yo, why am I so informed on this?
I'm looking at you like, girl.
Girl, why do I know?
No, she had to say it because she knew the judgment from here was coming.
Okay.
No, but that's very informative. Thank you very much.
Yeah, it was. Okay, that's fine. Fair enough. To attend. Moving on again. There's an issue between Trump and Afrikaner refugees. Let's dive into this controversial topic that's been making waves internationally. The recent move by former U.S. President Donald Trump to offer refugee status to Afrikaners, specifically white South Africans. I don't know if you've seen this one.
Yeah, so in May, Donald Trump actually signed an order because he was like, these guys are allegedly getting persecuted in South Africa.
Yeah.
So he even offered to give them asylum there in the US.
Yeah.
So this is something that has caused a lot of debate internationally.
Yeah, very true. And critics have been vocal about this move, arguing that it overlooks the historical context of South Africa's apartheid past. They point out that white South Africans, including the Afrikaners, are still among the most economically privileged, owning large portions of land and business as well in South Africa. So I don't know, human rights organizations like the Human Rights Watch have raised concerns, Butterfly, saying the executive order is based on inaccurate information and ignores the socio-economic realities in South Africa today. They've highlighted the irony of granting refugee to a group that remains economically privileged, while many others, including vulnerable communities in the US, face deportation despite real hardship.
Do you know, sometimes I look at this whole situation and usually in some dystopian movie because like the things that are happening are just crazy.
Yeah.
But some Afrikaners have actually declined the offer and said, I know we'll just stay here in South Africa.
Yeah.
But everything that's happening, it like what you said, it's very ironic and it's also very
And Carly Creel, CEO of the Afrikaner lobby group AfriForum, also rejected the offer, saying in a court, "We have to state categorically we don't want to move elsewhere." Close quote. So it's clear that not all Afrikaners see themselves as victims of persecution. Pane vartolebda screen, like if you can watch now, Afrikaners leaders reject refugee status. Jeremaya
we don't want that. And someone is probably watching right now and like, Butterphly exactly. Well, let me tell you, Zimbabweans are actually in a very vulnerable position because a lot of them are seeking asylum in places like the US. So this means that it's going to be harder than before for them to get the asylum because the process is going to be so lengthy and the restrictions are going to be very, 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 very hard.
Very, very true. That's right, Butterfly. Zimbabweans face strict requirements and often long waiting times. The preferential treatment of Afrikaners has raised concerns about selective immigration policies. Will this influence future U.S. immigration decisions for other African nationals, including Zimbabweans? We don't know.
Yeah, so it's just super important that if you're planning to go to the US, you just know. Like, these are the things that you need to know. You need to do a lot of research so that when you get there, you know, all right, this is what's going to happen to me. And you have your papers in order. You have everything in order, yeah?
Yeah, absolutely. This is developing situation and we'll keep you updated with any information that could affect the Zimbabwean community. But there's another issue, topic in good trend right now, UK's new immigration policy. Another topical issue, policy nyowani yakaiswa kuimmigration ku-UK uko komana handisi kuti tichakuendawo here ana Ollah
Prime Minister vaskutamba. Prime Minister is serious about this whole immigration thing.
I saw that. And starting with the care worker visas, this has been a popular route for Zimbabweans moving to the UK, but it's about to change.
All right, so I just feel like because imagine now there's someone who's like finally and then you find out the UK is no longer issuing those visas.
Hey, it's painful, man.
Yeah.
So if you're planning to on going to the UK as a care worker, you need to apply now while the window is still open. Now, so let's talk about the language and education requirements. The UK is raising the bar, and you need to do a lot more than just a basic English. So, advanced English. The advanced English.
So you know the test anoitwa IELTS test.
Yeah.
Yes. So instead of kuti ukufana kupasa you're supposed, the previous requirement was you're supposed to know basic English.
Yes.
But now you're supposed to know advanced English. So no the difference between there and they.
But
that's
they
are
standard. That's still standard.
Yeah, sure.
Ndoda kutenda Mwari kuti musi wakadzidziswa
and even punctuation, things like punctuation. Nechirungu
grammar
muda kuti tivhure dictionary achakufana kuzikanwa
vanenda vashoma because Oxford achitoidzidzira kupi dictionary Oxford.
Because you find even like vanhu degree, we're still standard English.
Exactly.
Because you can be very intelligent and still not know how to speak English.
That's very true.
It happens.
That's very
double
true.
Standards. Ivo vakauya kuno kuti tichiti my investors vachitaura chirungu or French or whatever foreign language. But now that we have to go there, we have to speak their language.
Yeah, true. And those looking to apply for a skilled worker visa, you need to have at least a university degree. That's a big change for those with trade skills or diplomas. Now you need a degree, university degree. So it's no longer asrima funnies. But not only that, permanent residence. Dependent visa. It's easy. But now things have changed. Now chichaguitika now takes up to 10 years. Butterfly. For one to get
10 years, Baba.
So the path to permanent residence is now longer. If you are aiming for indefinite leave to remain in the UK, you have to stay for 10 years, not 5. 10 years.
Yeah, 10 years is a long time.
Kuti uzonzwa kupuwa that item. Kuneswa kwanda pa policies ahe. Not only tataranya care workers, kataranya work visa. Now kune graduate visa. So the graduate visa reduced. Now for our Zimbabweans, students, if you're thinking about studying in the UK, this one affects you directly. Because the UK has reduced the duration of the graduate visa from 2 years to 18 months. That's 1 year 6, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and so you have less time to find work after you finish your studies.
Yep, just 18 months.
So start job hunting right now while you're still in school to make the most of your time in the UK. And kune anonzima illegal routes security. This is the new security force. Irigo yasoba UK. Now let's talk about the illegal routes. The UK government is cracking down hard on people entering the country illegally, especially with fake documents.
So they've actually set up a new border security command that tough.
Yes.
So just make sure that you have your papers in order, you have everything in order, because these guys are really, really strict.
So if you're thinking of taking a risk route or using shoddy agents, think again. This is not the time for shortcuts. Just do things the proper way, the right way, so that you won't be found wrong side of Temo. So what Zimbabweans should do? So with all these changes, what should Zimbabweans know, Butterfly?
All right, the thing is, there's always hope. There's always hope. You can still go to the UK legally.
Yeah.
It just means that it's now going to take longer.
Yeah.
And maybe the requirements are going to be a little bit stricter, but you can still go.
Yeah, make sure your English is up to standard. Check if your job is on the short list as well. And start planning early if you are a student or a worker. So, Butterfly, for those who are already in the UK,
rongekaya nevakomana kunonakidza kuzimbabwe asi zvinozofadza here kuti modzoka.
But I also want to give them an advice to say, guys, we know I've got a lot of fans in the UK, in the diaspora. Guys, I think it's good for you guys to also invest back home. You see, these policies keep changing every day. Every day you see new policy coming. You see, proposals coming. One day, so you know what, guys, just invest back home. I know some people have been privileged to get British passports and permanent res, nechi, but to those who must even those wakawana, I think it's also good to have kambaka kumadokero, kambaka kuborode uchishawasha, kambaka kuchitungwiza. It's still okay. Invest back home. Yes, Aisha.
Okay, so muchiraira vari kudiaspora nesuwo tiri kumba, guys, chimbomirai kuti mukangoita mwana achivhunika gumbo mafona kuuk, mwana aita chakadaro, vapei chance yekuti vakwanisawo kuinvesta, bcause chimwe chikuvatadza kuinvesta inyaya yekuti muramba muchivakumbira mari. Chese chaitika muda kuti takamirira UK pakaitika rufu chero watete muda kufonera muzukuru ari kuuk kuti avaratise.
Takatengesa imba yedu yekuzengeza kuti muzukuru wedu akwire ndege aende kuuk. Izvozvi we don't have anything, so by all means I don't care. I don't know. They must send that money.
But zvinoda kuti kana tatengesa mombe dzedu zvoti uende, kana waenda wotenga dziri 3 kwete 1.
Granny's not feeling well, and you're like, I'm sorry, but things are just not okay with me here. 20 pounds. Things are just
with
not okay.
A British accent. But as sometimes anenge ari ma1 sometimes.
Do you know what I love about them? Is zvakada so praise aka amarichonoita aiwa amarichonoita
unomhanya mhanya.
I understand. But when you're in a foreign country and you're dealing with like those restrictions, you're dealing like you're literally powerless. But here I don't know when I went kwa lot shines waka olaga
ita plan
chimonipa kana 500 for the next 6 months.
Exactly.
I'm your slave. Chawada chete ndingontumandenda. You understand?
I understand.
It's crazy.
Yeah, true. So, and in conclusion, here's your latest update on the Zimbabwe Premier Soccer League and what a thrilling season is turning out to be. After 11 rounds of intense action, Moors are sitting comfortably at the top of the log with 23 points, still unbeaten this season, and they've become the team to beat, showing consistency and strong defensive form, conceding only 4 goals so far.
Really good.
Only 4 goals.
Out of 11 matches.
Yeah. Then, hot on their heels is Scotland FC.
Yeah.
With 22 points, they've been in fantastic form and proved it again. Gutayawaga over the weekend with a solid 2-0 victory over Simba Bora, pushing them into 2nd place and keeping the title race alive. I may not say, but Simba Bora now dropped to 3rd with 19 points, followed closely by Highlanders in the 18th.
Sorry, you don't say Highlanders. You say Highlanders. Yes, with oomph, with gusto.
But why though?
No, I'm a Highland because I like black and white.
Oh.
No, but I've been a Highlanders fan for like the longest time.
Right.
And I'm really happy that, number 4 is not bad.
Yeah, it's not. I that drew near FC Platinum 1-0, in a match that had fans on the edge of their seats, In other results, Tel 1 FC held Moors to a 2-0 draw, a major test for the log leaders. Then Triangles FC stand Dynamos with 2-0. Chicken Inn edge out Kwekwe United 4-2 in a high-scoring thriller. Caps United and Rangers played to a 1-1 draw, and it was deadlocked between Greenfield and Manica Diamonds, with both sides failing to score. FC Platinum will host Bikita Minerals at Mandava Stadium, and also Tel 1 FC faces Yada FC at Ascot Stadium, right? Tel 1 aims to capitalize on their home advantage to secure vital points. Then ZPC Kariba welcomes Highlanders FC to Nyamunga Stadium. Rangers College takes on Ngezi Platinum Stars at Rufaro Stadium. Simba Bora meets Triangle United at Wadzanai Stadium. Simba Bora seeks to rebound after recent setbacks. And then Manica Diamonds clashes with Scotland FC at Sakuba Stadium. Chicken Inn FC squares off against Green Fuel at Lufebe Stadium. Moles, the current league leaders, will host Kwekwe United at Ngoni Stadium. So, Jinji, I think, ku Bora Boro, muchambo na yufoni mangwana pa Thursday, ndeno pa ma-updates akawanda. But what a night in Spain. FC Barcelona edged out Real Madrid 4-3 in a dramatic El Clasico at the Stade Olympique, putting one hand firmly on the La Liga trophy. Kylian Mbappe grabbed a stunning hat-trick for Madrid, but it wasn't enough. Barcelona roared back with goals from Eric Garcia, teen sensation Lamine Yamal, and a brass from Rafinha. Before halftime. So this win marks Barca's fourth straight victory over Madrid this season. And with just 3 games to go, the title is practically theirs.
Inina, I made a decision in life. Either I support football or I do mjolo. I cannot do both. Right now, my heart is with mjolo. I see Islanders do not support.
Man U is not doing very well.
Are you okay?
But I'm okay. We gonna majara kujigiwa. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. But it's still talking about the team here. Man U, we love our team. But it's not no winner. Amrare. I don't want to that a winner. I don't want to win a league, but I don't win a game. You know what I mean? But anyways, we want to thank all our fans, our viewers at home for supporting the podcast. And of course, today, we just decided to give you a new face. That's Butterphly. She's not really a new face in the arts industry. I'm sure you all know the queen of radio. She's doing wonders at Capital 100.4 at the Heartbeat. But I think we should do this more, right?
No, we should. This was fun.
Right.
I was a bit nervous because, like,
why? Exactly, but now
it's like
in front of cameras.
Okay, it's like in front of the camera. Okay,
yeah, let's do it.
Like Oriyano
Don't be said exactly. I know. But it is what it is. But I think you also need to venture into this space.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
It's good for you. I think you're a good podcaster. I think.
Yeah, thank you very much. I had a wonderful time.
Yeah.
And this guy was
food. You're going to have nice.
Let me be the one to say that this has been the best time that I've had when it comes to podcasts. In fact, this is my first podcast.
Yeah.
I know it's my second.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did something with Noma a while back.
Yes.
But this was amazing.
Nice. Thank you so much, Butterfly. I thought that's bad. People don't really know your real name.
Tariro Sarudzai Marapara.
She has a beautiful sister. Did I tell you that?
And almost
the young sister. What's her name?
Her name is Tanya.
You look one.
I look one. Like, I posted a video today. All the comments are, you look both. You look one.
You look one.
Maburi face.
You look one. She's gorgeous. Tariro. Oh, you said she's Tariro.
I'm Tariro. She's Tanya. Yeah.
Tanya. Okay, Tanya. I love you.
Oh.
Not the love that you guys think. Oh, yeah. No, guys. I'm just, it's a compliment. Okay. Not to say I love it to be. I would like.
Can I explain? I'm never to deepisa.
Oh, okay. So it's okay. Yeah. I love you, Tanya. And it's up to you what you're going to do with the information. Is up to you now, but you got it. But anyways, thank you so much, Butterfly.
Thank you very much.
But another beautiful. I'm sure you guys loved the show, right? Beautiful show, splendid. We are back again next Wednesday with another trending stories. I'm Ollah signing out.